Oh, hello. Oh, it appears there's a little bit of a love disturbance in the Matrix today. Oh, greetings. Yeah, the visual effect. I've got it. It's fully on. I've got the love effect. It's lovey Monday motivation. Greetings to all who attend and participate. It's good to see you. It's me, Jake. It's me. Oh, there's some pictures on my Facebook page of gigs that I did in the past. Isn't that exciting? The idea of doing gigs. So I'm feeling the love. I'm sharing the love. I'm feeling the love, and I'm participating in the future that we're all creating together here on the Daily Briefing. Jen's here. Hello, Jen. Joan, greetings. Hello, Bob. Hello from Kayak. You're on the Kayak. Unbelievable. Bob, happy Monday. Marvelous Monday. Motivational Monday, Brad. Yes, to you too. And Rachel, greetings to you. And good afternoons, Gary. Hello. It's like footage from Mars, I know, but with hearts. I haven't been able to fly the helicopter here in the Daily Briefing room, but I guess we're flying a remote drone helicopter around Mars right now. That's exciting. I guess if that's a thing that's exciting to you, it's exciting to be able to fly a remote helicopter around Mars. Keith, greetings from Florida, and Robinson, hello. So we're onto it. We're into it. It's another week. I've been to jiu-jitsu today. I went to the noon class. Very nice. It's in jiu-jitsu they say you either win or you learn. I've been doing a lot of learning lately. Flavia, greetings to you. So yeah, it's a nice nice day here in California. We had a super hot one yesterday. The ocean's almost too warm to go for a cold dip right now. It's over 60 degrees. When did I start jiu-jitsu again, Jen? Jen, have you been absent of it? Two Mondays ago is when I started. So I've got 2 weeks that I've done, and this is the beginning of my third week. Not everyone is back, but slowly people are trickling in. I would say the classes are about 20% of the size that they were pre-pandemic. So as people are getting vaccinated, more people are coming back. You were watching some jiu-jitsu videos on YouTube. Yikes, it looks rough. Yeah, it's pretty intimate, Flavia. Yeah, it can be rough, but people are sort of gentle-ish with you. But yeah, you can get thumped. You can get knocked over a bit, but mostly they call it the gentle art. I'm not getting too bruised up or banged up, although there are some surprising, there's moments where you think one thing's going to happen and then something else happens. Jen, you were absent a lot recently. Well, attendance is far from mandatory. It's completely optional. And I do get that sometimes you're busy and sometimes you're not up for it because of the pains. He wasn't sure the helicopter would accept the EULA for the update they pushed to it. Nerd joke, Dave. I'll say, man, I can't even get that joke, but I am happy that they pushed the update, the EULA for the update to the helicopter, and we were able to fly it around. Laura, hello. You're in Atlanta. You're ready for motivation? Well, so today I had a couple of things that I was going to talk about, and then I got up this morning, as I often do, and turn on the Instagram. And often Instagram is just jiu-jitsu for me, or as I mentioned, muscular ladies doing feats of strength. For some reason, Instagram thinks I want to see that, and they're sort of right. But I'm not liking those things, or hearting them, or whatever you do. But they keep showing them to me. So what had I written down here? Civilized behavior depends on empathy. And I think we're all looking for empathy, to see oneself in others. So I was going to talk about empathy and civilized behavior and how we have to be empathetic towards the people who are bothering us. Oh, the EULA is the end user license agreement. Interesting. The comment field here is nice and purple. Is it just you? I don't know. Rich, attendance is like pants. It's optional. Exactly. Yeah, we can never have too much empathy. I think empathy is something that we're all striving for, although, man, it's not easy to be empathetic sometimes, especially in our current political climate, but we're trying. But so I was going to talk about empathy, which I think is a worthy topic, and civilized behavior depends on empathy. I thought was a great facty type statement, because we may not want to be empathetic towards people who we think are stupid or dangerous or angry, but civilized behavior depends on us doing that. So I was going to do that, and then I went on Instagram, and I saw this quote by this professional bowler. Now, I'm not a big fan of professional bowling, in the sense that I remember watching it when I was a kid, and there were only 3 channels, and the only sports that was on was bowling, or it was something I would televangelism or something, so I wasn't interested in that. So I'll definitely take professional bowling over televangelism. That's where I'm at. As much as I do like to read from the children's Bible. But evangelism is great when you're doing it. It's not so much fun when someone else is doing it. So professional bowler Pete Weber, who has had a long, and I did remember his name from years ago, and his father was also a professional bowler. It runs in the family, rolls in the family. So Pete Weber, and it was this quote of a thing that he said, and he actually misspoke. He misspoke, but he was in this tournament, and he was scheduled to, this was when he was going to win his 5th major. He only had 3 channels. Yeah, when you were a kid, you had at least 5 or 6, although only 2 ran shows of interest to kids. Yeah, Flavia, well, we might have had 5 or 6. I kind of remember 3, and then sometimes you could get a weird local UHF channel, and then it expanded. But anyway, fun fact, Jen's dad bowled a few 300s. Well, then I'm sure your dad has heard of Pete Weber, because I think if you're that good of a bowler, Jen, you also follow professional bowling. It's like jiu-jitsu. If you're doing jiu-jitsu, you know who the stars of jiu-jitsu are. So Pete Weber, he was on track to, this would have been his 5th win of this particular tournament, or it's like in tennis Grand Slam. It was a big deal that he was going to win this, and for the length of his career, and not that many people had done it, and he's being heckled the whole time, and unlike golf, I guess people heckle you in a bowling alley, and that's shocking, isn't it? That you think of bowling alleys as a almost church-like televangelism environment where people are civilized, but people were heckling during the bowling. And you do drink some beer when you go golfing, but you never get any heckling on the golf course. But Pete Weber is being heckled this whole tournament by somebody, and he says it gets under his skin, and he finally rolls his last ball of his last frame to seal the deal and win the tournament, the 5th major, or whatever it is, gets a strike, and he's so pumped. He's like, I did it, yes! And he turns to the heckler, and what he says now that he meant to say was, I don't know who you think you are, but I'm the guy who's here. I'm the man of the hour, and I'm the person who just won this thing. But he doesn't say that. He just says, who do you think you are? I am! And it was such an awesome accidental thing to say. Who do you think you are? I am! That I thought, it's kind of like that Skeletor line, my power is beyond your understanding. Dick Weber, I guess, is his dad, Robinson. I think that's actually the case. Dave, your wife's birthday is tomorrow. Would I mind giving her a birthday video? Dave, you're nothing if not persistent on that. Who do you think you are? I am! And I just thought that was such a great thing to say. And when somebody's being a pain in your ass, it's a thing that you can say to somebody who's completely being a jerk. And it's, I think it's going to make you feel better, and it's possibly going to disarm them, because it's such a, someone described it as a Zen koan, you know, which are these statements that you can't quite figure out, but they sort of make sense on some deeper level. That's my understanding of what a Zen koan is. And I just thought I wanted to share that today, because I think it's a great thing. It's a great mantra to say to yourself when someone is giving you a hard time, because it also lightens you up. I feel, at least that's the effect that that statement has on me. Who do you think you are? I am. It's because it's kind of ham-handed and funny. You could say it right directly to the person who's giving you a hard time, and hopefully it's going to, oh, now I'm getting text alerts that my vaccine is ready. They don't know that I'm already vaccinated. I don't know how to do that to make them already know that. I don't know who they think they are. I am. So I am really looking forward to the moment where I can yell that at someone, because I think it's both going to make me feel better getting out my feelings, and also hopefully make them laugh and disarm a little bit. Although I haven't tried this in the real world to see how it works, but I loved it. I loved it. Oh man, you got to get that on a t-shirt. My power is beyond your understanding. Yeah, Flavia, I used to say that when that was a thing that you could say at the bank. It's a good thing to say when somebody's hassling you. Just go, my power is beyond your understanding. That's a good one. That's from our friend Skeletor. But back to Pete Weber. Pete Weber and Skeletor would make a great motivational team. I mean, I would attend that seminar over the weekend. Maybe at Jake Fest we can have Pete Weber and Skeletor appear. Who do you think you are? I am the next t-shirt. Well, Gary, I would go for that. Robinson, nice. You got the video in there. Yeah, you could search. So once I saw it quoted on Instagram by a sportscaster, then I went to the Google Dr. Google, and I Googled it, and yes, so there's the video for you. Who do you think you are? I am. And the ways, who do you think you are? I am. It's assertive, and also just beautifully nonsensical. And I have to say that when I'm going for assertive, there is a part of me that likes to feel I want to be both humble and assertive. That's my goal. That's the target that I'm trying to hit. It's a tricky one. And this particular saying nails it for me. Who do you think you are? I am. Man, now I've said it a bunch of times. Man, the audio of this show is not going to be as much fun as the video, I think. Maybe. Or who knows? Rich, you're saying you have a shirt that says, my degree of sarcasm depends on your degree of stupidity. Well, that is the thing about sarcasm, isn't it? There's a fine line between sarcasm and just saying some shit to a dude. And that's something to remember when you're being interviewed for print. When you say something sarcastic to a journalist who's going to then just type it into the story, it can make you sound like you actually believe that and that it's not sarcasm and you're a jerk. So you got to be careful of that. Rachel, you're saying you love that malapropism. Your best one is you were in a store and you needed some help and you meant to ask a dude, do you work here? But what came out was, are you a guy? And he laughed and said, after all of these years, I thought you really had that going. Yeah. Are you a guy? Are you a guy? Oh, I was at the coffee place the other day. We take these Sunday bike rides, and we usually stop. Well, you take the bike ride, stop for coffee, ride back, ish. Sometimes it's a halfway point. So we're at the coffee place, and someone else had ordered a decaf latte or something, and then I was having a full calf Americano, and so he goes, "This is the non-decaf Americano." And I was like, yeah, thank you. That's what I wanted, the non-decaf Americano. So I think non-decaf, if you're looking for jokes for baristas, I think to order a non-decaf cappuccino, double non-decaf, non-fat cappuccino. double non-decaf. So non-decaf, that's a pretty good one. Bob, you have a t-shirt that says, Jesus love you, everyone else thinks you're an asshole. Yes, I've seen that t-shirt, and I'm a fan of that t-shirt in a way, although maybe I'm trying not to wear clothing that calls other people names. But then again, that's just me. And also, I do like the idea that Jesus is the only person who loves you. But God, I'm reading this book by biography of Mike Nichols right now, and there's one of the funny things in it is where they're casting he directed The Graduate, which is a movie with Dustin Hoffman that sort of launched his career, and it's about a young man who's seduced by basically what turns out to be, spoiler alert, his girlfriend's mother. And anyway, Robert, in the book The Graduate, I guess they're all wasps. They're all young and waspy. And so Mike Nichols, the director, he has worked with Robert Redford before. And Robert Redford really wants to play this part of that Dustin Hoffman ended up getting. And Robert Redford's trying to let, Mike Nichols is trying to let Robert Redford down easy and kind of explain to him why, what they're looking for in this role is not really what Robert Redford is. And he says, this has got to be somebody who has difficulty with women, and who really understands what it's like to have that. And he says, like, for example, he's talking to Robert Redford. He said, for example, you, Robert Redford, like, what do you do in a situation where your attempts to seduce a woman don't work out? And Robert Redford goes, what do you mean? Oh, he is not the man. Who does he think he is? I am. Oh, man. What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, what do you do when your attempts to seduce a woman don't work out? What? What do you mean? Never happened. Has never happened. Loved it. Made me like Robert Redford more. Made me love Mike Nichols. It was all good. You like a double non-decaf? Yeah, Carol, you're right. Double non-decaf. 3 different shirts that say good vibes. Makes you feel positive. I like a shirt that says good vibes, Jen. I think that's a good one. T-shirt from Rob Zombie's movie, The Devil's Rejects. Jesus loves you, but I don't. Ooh. Jen, I believe that you love Rob Zombie. So, Flavia, your big news from the weekend is you bought a car. Congratulations. Was worth the 2 weeks of stress? Well, that's what kind of car? And photos in the group chat. I think we need to see that. Unless you feel like you don't want to divulge that to us for privacy reasons, which I totally understand, although I've shared pictures of my vehicle. Who do you think you are? I am. I'm loving it. People are trying to call me during the show. It's got to be scams. Oh, you already shared it. Congratulations to me for not checking the group chat sooner. Sorry about that. You also love Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow and Rob Zombie. That's a good... that's a weird double bill. I don't know. I think actually it would sell some tickets, but it'd be a tough night, I think, for Barry Manilow. But Dave, you're already heading back downstream and about to hit some rapids. Good night. Yes, good night to you. Good night and good luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Ozzy and the Bee Gees. Yeah, that's a good show. I think that would be a good show. Joan, you would go to that concert? Yeah, I would go to that concert. And at this point, I got to believe that Rob Zombie's fans might turn out to be old enough that they would sort of appreciate the irony. And let me tell you something. And I've shared this before on the show because I opened for Barry Manilow for a while, but if you've never seen Barry Manilow live, that guy brings it. You cannot be a fan of his and still go, holy crap, that was a fun show. He's awesome. Rob Zombie and Gordon Lightfoot. Dave, I appreciate that you're typing that in right from the Rapids. I opened for Barry Manilow? Yeah, I opened for Barry Manilow. Where's the... I used to have the backstage pass up on the wall here, so I'll find it, Jen. Yeah, I opened up for Barry Manilow. I think it's right over... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my little mementos. Anyway, yeah, I opened for Barry Manilow. He's terrific in concert, as you say. Bob, really terrific. Oh, another thing I was going to talk about today. Do we have time? Do we have time? Is it time? Was this article that I saw? I mean, I know that I know that I'm trying to figure out what the future holds in terms of earning money, and I don't know if you've thought about this, but I thought about you. This article in the New York Times about you will pay to be humiliated. And it's about it's an article. This specific woman is one example, but it's about this idea of financial domination, where clients send tributes to their cash masters. You get to be a financial dominatrix, where you just tell them, "Hey, send me some money." And sometimes you dress up in these kind of outfits, but I think you can also do it in some kind of a Snuggly or whatever that home shopping network thing is. Just smoke cigarettes and tell them, look, send me some money. All right, pay pigs. I want to take a vacation. I'm going to Walmart and I'm going to get a new dish trainer. Which one of you dummies is going to pay for it? But I had never heard, I'd heard of dominatrix before, and people, you know, freaky hedge fund guys who pay to crap in a diaper and have somebody change it. But this financial domination, to me, this is something that I could totally be up for. That you just get these people who want to be financially dominated. You go, send me $50. There's a story. There's an anecdote in the story. There's another story. There's a story within the story, which I'm going to call an anecdote, about how she has one client. And they get on a Zoom call, and he sends her $50 right away, and then she says no, more, and then 100, and within 5 minutes she's extracted $1,000 from him, which is their agreed upon limit. She slams the laptop home. That's it. And then she posts on Instagram, how about this loser just sent me this money, the amount, her Cash App or whatever. It was. I mean, the funny thing is obviously, if you're getting paid, you're not really dominating the other person, but you're creating this illusion that you're dominating them. You know, it's a little bit of a twisted relationship. But the idea that now, I wouldn't say now I've heard everything, but now I've heard a new thing. You think you're old and you haven't heard enough new things, but who do you think you are? I am. This was a new one on me, that there's such a thing as a financial dominatrix. And it turns out, after reading this story in the New York Times, it's not. It sounds like a thing that they just made up, or that I just made up to tell you now. But you can. Everybody's heard of sugaring, right? Sugar daddies. Women get guys to pay for them to be their girlfriend, hookerish, but sort of not. I don't know. But this is not that. This is just a money relationship. Sometimes you meet the person just at the ATM, where they get out the money and then hand it to you. But most of the time, I think they just Venmo it to you. So I'm going to have to get a Venmo if I'm going to be the man version of this. But anyway, I'm just throwing it out there for anybody who's looking for a new career in the pandemic. Rich, you're in the wrong business. We're definitely in the wrong business. Todd, are you supposed to start sending me money? Well, I didn't know how to bring this up. I had been, not that, but I had been thinking about starting a Patreon to go along with this show, where if you were paying, there'd be some other Zoom thing or something. I'd been thinking about that just to try and figure out. But no, you're not supposed to send me money, Todd, unless you want to. I'm expecting a hat from Jen any day now that she's been knitting. But other than that, and I do get these terrific Seize the Days, which it's almost time from Rachel, and other wonderful gifts that people have sent. But no, you're not supposed to send me money unless, of course, you would like to send me money, in which case I'm going to get a Venmo. We went on an underground Chicago tour once, and one of the stops was a private BDSM club. Bob, you're saying it was eye-opening, to say the least. Yeah, I bet. Jen, you're sorry you're working on socks first. Quite all right. It's very warm here now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to wear a knit hat for a while into the future, although it does cool off at night. But yeah, you do your socks. You do you, Jen. You do you, Jen. All right, so Now it is almost time for Seize the Day. Tomorrow, of course, we got the Children's Bible, the letter from Grandma. I've got another prop visual aid to share. I'm hoping to schedule Christella for Burger Day on Thursday this week because Fridays I got another noon jiu-jitsu class. So I'm hoping to schedule Christella for burgers on Thursday and an appearance on the show. We'll see how that goes. And then tomorrow's the Bible, letter from Grandma. But right now, happy Monday, everybody. It's time for Seize the Day. And I know what you're thinking. How come you're not doing more show? Who do you think you are? I am. It's time for Seize the Day, everybody. Seize the day. My power is beyond your understanding. Jen, you bought the yarn and everything. Awesome. And yeah, non-decaf Seize the Day. That's exactly right, Joan. So let's get in here to Seize the Day. Oh, today's Seize the Day is from Diane Sawyer. And the reason that is interesting, and I just turned to this page, Diane Sawyer, is that she was married to, I think Mike Nichols had she was his fourth wife, or maybe his third, but she was the love of his life, Diane Sawyer, the love of Mike Nichols' wife, and also, as we all know, all-star journalist and awesome lady, former beauty queen. Today, Seize the Day from Diane Sawyer. Whatever you want in life, other people are going to want it too. Believe in yourself enough to accept the idea that you have an equal right to it. That's a good one. That's a good one. And that aligns with a lot of things that I say all the time about you have to wait, you don't have a Venmo? I just sent $100 to Jake J56. Yeah, no, that's not my Venmo, Craig. All right, but maybe next week. Save up. So anyway, Diane Sawyer Seize the Day. I really do like this one because you do have to believe it. You have to believe in yourself first, but you can't do anything until you believe you can do it first. So whatever you want in life, other people are going to want it too. Believe in yourself enough to accept the idea that you have an equal right to it. Man, that's a good one. Thank you, Diane Sawyer. Believe in yourself enough to accept the idea that you have an equal right to it. So believe in yourself enough to accept the idea, because sometimes people, they say they believe themselves, but they're still not ready to accept that idea. Anyway, I enjoyed that one. Today's Seize the Day. Don't give up, everybody. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. We'll all be back tomorrow. Hopefully Dave's made it through the rapids, and hopefully you're all excited about this week. Also this week, Jazz Fest, Virtual Jazz Fest is happening on WWOZ online on the app. Starting on Thursday, the 21st. Is that Thursday or is that Wednesday? What's today? Thursday. 21st is Wednesday. So Virtual Jazz Fest starting this week. Be there, be square. See you tomorrow. Love to love you guys. Have a great night.